Fuck Up Coach Dr. Kalasana and his virtual team welcome you to the first episode of the tutorial How to Become a Total Failure, presented by Jenny.
Thank you, Guy. Now that you have established in our introduction that you possess the essential ingredient for success in this learning program, namely guilt, we will turn to the basics of self-tormenting behavior. In today's episode, you'll learn 5 of the 10 most successful patterns of negative thinking. Even though you should already have mastered 2 or 3 of them, you may find yourself in a situation where your creativity is challenged to apply your full range of attitudes or behavioral patterns. Now let's look at these behaviors in detail. Negative behavior number 1, the overfulfillment of tasks. We don't know what you feel guilty about, but that's irrelevant because you may not know either. However, since you need the approval of others, you must hide your mistakes from them, that is, deny them when you are asked about them. Justify yourself, for example, with, "I didn't do it. I am innocent. If I had known that at the time, I would have acted differently." Launch a counterattack if necessary. "If you hadn't done it, then it wouldn't have happened." Always blame others and accuse them instead. You see yourself as inferior and flawed because you have to be perfect, at least outwardly. Doing everything 120%. You constantly overtax yourself to punish yourself for your mistakes. In your opinion, people who make mistakes are incompetent and deserve to be rejected, because that's how you can project your self-rejection onto those around you. This is important because if you were to admit a mistake, you might be rejected and seen as a failure, which is what you intend but don't want to admit. So denying your mistakes is for your self-protection. To help you continue your self-boycott undisturbed, we have a leisure tip for your weekend. You're finally free, you could leave the city and do something. You realize that you can afford such a thing only if you have done everything beforehand. So you turn on the washing machine, go shopping, drive your car through the car wash, refuel it, return home, hang up the laundry, gobble up some food, and answer some emails. Check your flames on Snapchat and your other social media accounts. Now you want to take a quick nap so you'll be fit enough when you're done. But your disgruntled boss calls and asks you to send him a file he can't find. Finally, you leave, but realize that your phone is almost empty and you forgot the charging cable at home. So you turn back and spend the rest of the day on your sofa because it's already getting dark, and on the way back you would surely have gotten caught in a traffic jam. But be careful, avoid mourning the weekend off at all costs. Instead, be proud of what you have achieved again. Negative behavior number 2, blame others for your failures. Are you always late for work because others don't wake you up even though you ask them to because you never hear your alarm clock? Blame them alone for your tardiness. Deny any personal responsibility when others try to talk their way out of it by saying you have to make your effort to be on time. Failed your driver's license test? That's only because the examiner didn't like you and the driving school wants to earn even more from you. Passed over for promotion again? That's because others are either on the works council or your stupid boss only accepts ass kissers. Do you always get dumped by your partners? That's because all women are bimbos and all men are idiots. You've run out of bread and it's sold out at the bakery? That's more proof of a universal conspiracy against you. But be careful, never look for the reason in yourself, because only if you look for a culprit, you will have a good feeling that the problem is solved. Negative behavior number 3, compare yourself with others. As a failure, you love to compare yourself with others. If you compare yourself with someone very successful, you will feel mediocre and inferior and may feel sorry for yourself all the time. Self-pity should be felt by you as often as possible because it is one of the most destructive human emotions. On the other hand, if you prefer to compare yourself to someone less successful than you can make excuses for your inaction. But be careful, avoid comparing yourself to how you were when you were young, 10 years ago, or just a few years ago. Compare yourself only with others who are better looking, braver, and more successful. Negative behavior number 4, don't believe in yourself. 20 beliefs loved by losers like you because they're always in the wrong line. I'm too fat. I'm too thin. I need a partner to be happy. It's my job to make you happy. I have to do everything right. I did everything wrong. Money is something you have to work hard for. There is nothing for free in life. It will go on and on. There will be unhappiness. I know what is best for me. I know what's best for others. There's something wrong with me. I can't do this. The stars are unfavorable today. There's no point to anything anyway. I am worthless. I don't belong. I am to blame for everything. I must not rest. But be careful, it is important to find a good excuse and not to change anything. Negative behavior number 5, abandonment of goals and principles. Grumble about anything, especially things you can't change, like the weather. Look at and judge everything from your point of view, change your belief several times a day. And most importantly, give up at the slightest difficulties. If you quit smoking, become a militant non-smoker who condemns every smoker. Act according to the motto, the harshest critics of moose used to be moose themselves, as the German poet Fritz Weigel put it. But be careful, when difficulties arise, look for a way to change your goals, just not for a solution to overcome them. Now torment yourself with the following beliefs. I have to make it hard for myself. I must not allow myself anything. First the others, then me. I must not let this happen to me again. I must not allow myself a break or rest. Today we have presented you with 5 of the 10 most successful negative behaviors. It won't have escaped your notice that some of these mindsets contradict each other. That's true, and it's quite intentional because it allows you to remain flexible with your excuses.
You listened to the first episode of the tutorial How to Become a Total Failure. In Part 2, you'll learn 5 more negative behavior patterns. Listen to the ad-free version on Apple Podcasts now. Visit the fuckup.coach website to learn more about Dr. Kalasana and his virtual team. And to let us know how you like this tutorial and what you might be missing, we look forward to your review on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you.